Yes. It is yet again another episode of Pitchside, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. I like these interviews where we hit the nail straight on the coffin, like they say, if I use the right word.
Yeah,
but excited to be on this episode and tell you what, it's more and more interesting each day. Like we told you guys, Pitchside, look forward to bring you, top content with people who matter in this country.
Yeah.
People who you listen to and watch and learn a thing or two about football in this country. And my guest today needs no introduction, guys. Boy so tender, mwana tatunda Benda, boy on every girl's agenda, Ykee Bender.
Yeah, man.
Ka intro kakubye bulungi.
Si kabi. Ngeri gye katali kako. Okkirizibwa okukolamu ensobi.
Ne boy wakakubanga mu Ykee Bender.
Ykee Bender, the boy so tender, fast on every girl's agenda. Muziki situndunda Benda, and I'm straight from Uganda.
Allahu Akbar. Yo ingini anti oyinza okubeera. You're there thinking Ykee Bender simanya ayimba buyimbi. Man is a
I know kuzunguba mficha commentator.
You got another rank.
Yes, I'm a commentator apparently to some people.
Yeah, but girls on every girl's
agenda.
Kachuse mundo.
Kati on only one agenda.
Only one agenda.
So look at first ku hiyo. Kuyange kuliko achi. Muye kamchala wa.
Sajja mukambwe ennaku zino.
Yeah, man.
On one mission only.
Tukuze.
So
we have to really take up the mantle to be really responsible. Ate tukwate ku bana b'abandi tubalabirire ate muvunanyizibwa ne mukama anatuwa omukisa.
Awo muvunanyizibwawo wenjagadde with pride. Kweka. Nange abavubuka ennaku.
Face kati abamu tugivuddemu. Ne society eno gye tukuliddemu ayagala nnyo okulaba omusajja nga yeetongola. Teri kitongola musajja nga kukwata mwana wa muntu n'ogenda mu family yaabwe n'obalaga nti bawe ekitiibwa n'emirimu gye bakoze okukuza omwana waabwe omwana n'omugjayo mu butongole ate mu bituufu nga toyiseemu nga temuli mukawundo kakubye eddiini so kategedde ako
ate n'otekamu ne ssente
oyiseeyo
omuganda
oyo mugole ssebo
proposal twagiraba ebyalimu byali bya Hollywood.
Yeah, man, we win Hollywood.
Anyway, guys, once again, welcome to Pitchside. We are on this particular episode going to dissect, first of all, the Uganda Cranes, the Chan tournament ongoing, but of course specifically about the Uganda Cranes and what transpired in the eyes of Ykee Bender, who is definitely joining us today. But Ykee, before you get to the Uganda Cranes, you share content and people want to come at you and eat you, swallow you at once. Boy, what is wrong with this boy? What is this sharing? What is he talking about? It gets people really, really triggered on X.
I agree. And what you will realize is that when we are on that platform, specifically X, you have platforms for the last probably 3-4 years. I feel like I'm talking to people to my face without seeing them. So, njagala kwebaza abantu babeereyo nga muyomba, mwebale kuyomba bambi, nyumirwa nnyo nga muyomba, but you must remember everything we do on that platform, personally, buli kyenkola ku platform ezo zonna is to enjoy life.
Just move with the vibe.
Yeah, just you know kuma mukumuli bulamu tebunyuma nga tukaseera tuli mu kweweeta.
Tuli sato bichi.
So football is about rivalry.
That's true.
Without rivalry tebinyuma.
And from whichever camp anyone says how they look at it.
Yeah, but doesn't mean timu yo mbinyo nga bwebanyogedde. It just means mbi.
Okay. Akati abagiziba Drogba Walan.
Bafa.
So Ykee, the big football fan that you are, especially the Uganda Cranes, first of all, thank you for pushing the product and supporting the team and cheering on the team and also rallying people to go out there and support the Uganda Cranes. As a fan and as someone who has really, really followed football, I know you really, really had a keen eye on the Chan tournament that is being co-hosted by Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania, specifically in Uganda, where of course Uganda's campaign is no more. But when you roll it back and you look at, the start, rough one against Algeria, beaten hands down, then the team bounced back to win back-to-back games, and then that final group game where they picked a point, fought back in the last, 5 minutes to earn a point. Let's start with how you look at the Uganda Cranes' performance at the Chan tournament as Ykee Bender.
First of all, nja soka kwebaza omusajja standing out mu tournament yonna eyo ajja kubeera coach Byekwaso.
Coach Morley Byekwaso.
Yes.
Oh, that's
coach
interesting.
Oyo is a good tactician. Coach Byekwaso realized he might have made a mistake
after the first game. In so many spheres, by the way. And had nabira ne balls of obuvumu to make the changes, which are not easy to be made as a coach.
Where the entire country is watching you and that entire dressing room. What were the two decisions? Game weyo Algeria. There is no question Algeria is better than us. I lived in Algeria for 4 years.
So you know
they are a footballing country.
In development structures, even the emibiri
facilities n'emibiri gy'abasambya bawarabu embeera gye bakuliramu eri supporting gas okubanga balina gas mu kisaawe nga tebakoowa mangu. They are light. You see how fast they run.
Yeah.
So all these things contribute. Okitegeera. So for me, I was very skeptical about our performance, but I was not okay with how it turned out. It was too bad. Netumaliriza nga batukube goal meka satu. But you cannot deny that some of those goals were down to individual mistake or lapses in concentration. Abasambi baffe baali balungi era baasamba bulungi, but in that one game, one tactic yali enkyamu ekyasookera ddala leadership. I'm an Okelo fan and he's my brother, but he wasn't supposed to be captain of that team at that time.
Why? Was the pressure too much?
No, I don't think it's a pressure thing because he has played pressure games before. But it's a question of vocability.
On the pitch?
On the pitch and in the dressing room.
And in line with the persona of a person?
Yes, and the personality. I've met Okelo so many times. Amazing brother. I'm a very talented young man. Now, question waneno is that you need someone to lead. I'm a big fan of leaders being behind, either midfielder or all the way in defense. This is my perspective. Kastabera nga ali vocal because they see the pitch. They see their opponents, they see their teammates. Asobola okugamba why organize here. Dawali ngaziwa mu midfielder asobola. There's no player who sees the pitch better than a midfielder. So that change alone impacted the squad. Never take a
Rogers
nafuka captain, and he did an amazing job. He's very vocal. You could see him. I've seen so many clips ngamulabira dalanti ali vibrant, and that doesn't mean my personality was out. Kantekitegeza nti oli munafuko oli wabula you're scheduled for different jobs in the team, which is very fine. So ekyo kye kyasooka tactically nolabira era nga Byekwaso mu game eddako tuli quick on the transition, and then also we took our chances.
In those games
yeah. And then realizing how do you get the crowd involved. You could see the players nga bali motivated era nga bageza okulaba crowd ngeri estigale following everything, every foul, every attempt, the crowd was behind the team. So for me, the standout factor for me, the bamuyita watya MVP was the coach.
It's I don't want to say weird, but it's a bold statement for you to say that the coach was MVP in the perspective that you've brought it in.
Yeah.
Because most of the people were watching the players on the pitch. And it's the coach who rang the changes, took out Arnoldo Dong, brought in Hilary Mukundane to partner with Rogers Storage. So the defense was solid. They knew each other
they
from Vipers. Yes, they picked up. Then, of course, in the midfield, we saw the arrangement there. Finally, he settled for Serunjoji, Sebagala, Karimu Atambala. It looked
olaba ekintu ekisingo yamba abasambi oba any team, especially national. We have seen it in Europe and everything. The partnerships that are already working at club level, you have to profit them or use them to your advantage. national team especially nga ziri local, which is Chan. Oyina profitingira kwezo kati the Vipers connection, the Watambalas with the Okelos and all those guys yali ino zipikinga mukko aziyingire mukko because they know where Okelo is going to go. Everybody knows where the other one is going to move and how to communicate with each other. That helps omulimu gwe ne gumugondera ko nga manager. Omusambinzi omulala nno gwe bata wadde flowers kinji yawo is Watambala.
Top
midfielder.
Top. With his size,
yes,
and what he played at Chan, you can clearly see.
Top midfielder. And I'll tell you, Watambala is going places because he keeps his head down, does the basics, never complains, plays his football. And at the end of the day, those are the players that so many people might miss. The Rodris of this world.
Yeah.
Nga takoze byogamba, oh my god, sawa yachiye kutaka nedda.
He has those moments.
He has moments, but then also keeps the ball ticking, the clock ticking. Kati Watambala for me also contributed a lot in those two games, Niger and Guinea. Yazanya bulungi nnyo ne mu Senegal. Yes, we were just outdone by a tactic of understanding a cup competition.
Tugenda kutukayo ku Senegal. Omwana gwe bayita Joel Serunjoji omulaba kwenkanawa
namulaba
in the games that he
played, which is Niger, I think. No, Guinea was the second game. Serunjoji, top talent. Surprised many, by the way, because you're standing out mu game atenga banja bali batamutaddeko maaso. All the eyes were on Okelo and all the other guys, but Serunjoji and Kakande also. Serunjoji is up for big things. How old is he?
22? About. 22.
If he's 22, then I'm proud. I'm proud to be Ugandan and to call him a brother in the land, in the motherland. Serunjoji ansambira bulungi, no question about it. And I'm a big fan. From Chan, kuba sinze sijja kulima nti mbadde mu following zenyo before, but from Chan,
you're a big fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get to the Senegal defeat and what that means now, to the Cranes and your perspective of how they move forward. But South Africa, probably it's been a while since Ugandans felt that excited at Nambole.
What a game.
When the Cranes fought back to get a draw against South Africa and finished top of the group and qualify for the quarterfinals.
That was, for me, how did we perform in the last Chan? Because then I've just developed the love.
All the Chan editions we've played in apart from this one. We've not gotten out of the group. We've barely won a game. We've barely scored a goal.
I would like us to repeat that. Chan is onezi iseo. Mululimi olutegererwa abantu. Tetuvangako mu kibinja. This is the first time the Uganda Cranes has gotten out of the group stages. Let's forget about discussing quarterfinals and all that. Group stages, topping the group.
Yes.
Omuna Uganda enali eyo nku ajinga bosanga omusambi wa Uganda Cranes eyabadde ku Chan. Muwaka fuba, thank them. Instead of putting them down, thank them. Because Teri Kalungi konaka jamunsi ensi zonna tuzirabe Peter. All around Africa there is a phase of growth, and you can't forget what the Obuas have done and other players over the years. Their failures and their webakomye n'amaanyi gonna ge babadde nago. Those are the stepping stones the Okelos are jumping onto to go to the next level. So meaning the game in the country is growing because the Obo has suffered.
Yes.
So I want us to come out and say this clearly. For me, I want us to uplift our players.
For the fans, in all the games that the Cranes have played, I mean, you can see the love they have for the national team once again.
The connection is there. It's back. Njagala nkwebaza abawagizi b'omupiira Mnambole. After that loss, it was going to be very hard to fill that stadium, but they filled it.
Yeah.
After the Algerian loss.
Yeah, actually the fans weren't as many on the Algeria game compared to
the second game.
To the second and third game.
For me, the second game stands out. Because after a loss, a big one like that, after all the hype we had created around the tournament, nitujuze ekisaawe ekyo twali baakabi nnyo. That's a lot of faith in the boys, and I'm glad the coach and the boys stood up to the challenge. Never wangula mpirogo emphatically.
Yeah. So the chance story for the Cranes is done. Of course, Senegal came out and got that result. I know you have a few pointers from that Senegal game, and maybe what the Cranes can do better going forward, because it's not the end of the world. There are more tournaments coming. There are more competitions coming.
AFCON is coming up.
AFCON is coming in December.
Yeah.
So let's begin with your take on Senegal and Uganda's performance against Senegal at Nambole, where they lost 1-0.
We performed so well.
Oh, did we?
Yes. We were beaten, of course.
Yes.
So nga bolaba nti osobola okusamba bulungi ne bakuwa omupiira. But there was a bit of naivety
in the performance.
In the performance, especially in managing moments. Crowd yayimirira nnyo naffe. I say naffe because nange ndi nebalira mu baba bavubuka abasamba. Crowd yayimirira nnyo n'abasambi baffe ne bahypinga nnyo abasambi. I think the moment got to them. And these are things you cannot escape in the game of football. Learning how to manage pressure comes with experience. Senegal is a footballing country.
They are the defending champions.
Senegal is a footballing country. They have seen challenges. They have seen top pressure games. So they know how to manage pressure. For me, and this is the only comment I'll give on this, is that there was a bit naivety. We got hit by the moment. Era twatandika ngolaba mulimu a bit of nerves. Okitegeera bokero bona ngolaba waliwo
nenga twali tulumba. You could see the players were really,
that's the crowd
busy.
That's the crowd backing you up. You go pushing it. Second half agenda tandika, the other one has managed this energy because they were on the back foot. They were defensive, so to say. So ogeno maliriza game eyo muganda wange nga kati yagamba nze njafuna moment yange ki as long as I make it count. Nakuba gole munaga kati katukigali
ate na kigala tactfully
very well. Now that is how you play a tournament. I do not expect us after the group stages, because that's where open play happens. After that mina linjagala nnyo mukulu Byekwaso agenemu yo game nga gamba ngenda kuzanya on the counter attack. I don't care if I'm home. I'm going to put on the counter because he has the first players.
Yeah, the wingers.
Yes, they're very quick.
Even Jude up front.
And even defensively, we are very organized. So I would have wanted us to go on the counter attack, give them the ball. Crowd ejjakube kayana muko nebo funa ale goal eyo. Crowd eboji mazo jimarachi.
They keep pushing.
They'll just back you now. And then the moment you get the early goal, the game has changed. Now the other team is on the panic. Because they know it takes only one goal for you to go to the semi-final. Katogenda games inozo nezidako. The people that are in the semi-finals and so on. You're not going to have games scoring 3 goals.
1-0.
Rachi. The stakes are high. So point in this is that Senegal, it was very heartbreaking because that was the game that needed to go right for us to go to the next level. I promise you, Singa Cranes yaita ku Senegal. We were winning it.
We had Morocco in our way. And in the final, we had between Sudan and Madagascar, who Madagascar forcefully eliminated Kenya.
We were winning it, I promise you.
You are sure about that?
Yeah, because semi-final, yali egenda bera Nambole nayo.
Of course.
Nandinjaga tugende woni atugamba we are not conceding. I don't know if we are scoring, but we are not
conceding.
Because you want to take the team to the next level. Pressure you jimaloji itaka onogena ku semi-final, my friend.
You get rolling.
Yeah, so that is it for me.
Okay. So, Ykee, you know this tournament was co-hosted by Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. It was very unfortunate that at the quarterfinal stages where all the co-hosts were out. I don't know. I think I've been reading about Benny McCarthy and what he's been doing in Kenya.
Amazing work.
I don't know what your take is about
I'm
Benny.
Surprised because I did not know him for a manager, let's be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Naye, a great player in his time and a great representation for Africa. Naye, Kenya has not been doing well.
No, they've been struggling on and off the pitch,
Very, very terribly. How he turned it around to get Kenya where they've gotten, it's so much credit to him. Because Kenyans, by nature of their blood and genes should be good at football. Physically.
Yes. I mean, they're good at athletics. So.
Physically, it should be a plus. How they've been so bad, I do not understand. Maybe the government, as this government supported the sport.
Now they're just coming in.
Yeah, so I think some challenges are beyond the players and the young people. It's a government issue. So McCarthy stepping in now, very big credit for him. Even Tanzania, let's be real. Naye muchane kozechi.
Unbeaten in the group, by the way.
Yeah. So they stepped up. I've seen Tanzania play African Cup and you're like Bichivino. I don't think Tanzania is a footballing country.
It is, but not at the level at which they've displayed, at least in Chan.
To say, wow. Like, you must admit it was a big surprise how they performed compared to how they've been performing in the African Cup over the years.
Yes, of course they've stepped it up there and done a very good job.
Yeah.
But off the pitch, China has had its impact, you know, in the three nations. But let's get back to Uganda. What are your take homes from this tournament holistically in your industry as a top artist in this country, but also as a business person, as a creative? What do you pick out from, you know, the experience of Chan in Uganda altogether? First and foremost,
we have to thank President Magogo and the team at Fufa. Echidala mobilization evaddewo. We have started involving non-footballing influencers in football. I'm one of them. I don't play football as a sport. I didn't play football as a professional, but I influence football. And Fufa has not contacted me. This is just me living.
That's you.
That's me living my life. But I've seen Fufa contacting a certain number of people. That's what I'm bigging them up for. Rachi. We need to how do we get the footballing community, which is the footballers, the managers, celebrities, so that the attachment to the game is beyond just the game.
Away from the 90 minutes.
Away from the 90 minutes. Off the pitch, how are you making sure Okello has attention? Fufa has done well this time round. Chan, the turn up of Ugandans, the falling in love with the game again by Ugandans because of the following at Nambole, the revamping of Nambole, all those things have contributed to how football has been embraced. The women following the sport today is amazing. Jagala kubigging up abachala abatandise okwagala omupiira baweerera ddala Peter
ate nga bambala t-shirt bambala ebigambo wano
mwebala obugambo bwo
Ykee kankusange eka
yagamba Okello jju
skati yange jju eri Okello.
So very Ugandans know how to have fun. I'll give them that. So gugasa bana Uganda. That is the power of football.
Yeah, but you talk about Fufa embracing other personalities in the sport and trying to, you know, portray that celebrity kind of status setup. But the federation was also embroiled in a very, very tricky situation or scandal when an image or a video clip was shared on X and TikTok that was showing the Uganda Cranes players taking a walk around the neighborhood where they stay, which is in Kisasi at the Fufa Hotel. And that is what culminated into a big story where people
backlash,
you know, criticized the hotel and said the Cranes should not stay in a place like that. First of all, what's your opinion on that?
The hotel itself is not a problem. The hotel is good enough. But you see, we are dealing in a very fickle environment, which is social media, where abantu baba kulinako obuzibu anoonya wonna akakyamu akagaziye. Now there are people who dislike President Magogo. We know that. Okitegeera, for the time he has been in the presidency, for other reasons, political, because he's still a politician also. Naye nze hotel sije ninako obuzibu. Nze njagala nnyo return eyo nga badda ku hotel nga bagobye nga bagenze ku quarter finals. The village was on fire.
It didn't matter that they were in Kisasi.
My friend, it was a plus now. It turned to be a big plus because of course for marketability malenja kunyonyola ekizibu kyena kiramu kyoka marketability, PR, outlook, That's the only downside. Nti Okelo superstar wange gwe njagala nnyo abeere superstar.
Bamukubye ekifaananyi walinga
ayita mu ghetto. Naye ne Kenzo superstar omulala oba Ykee Bender naye naye bw'ati bw'abeera ng'ali mu kisaawe wali eri. Ng'agenda mu kisaawe. The game has this thing about it that it makes us a bit more real than celebrity. Off the pitch, bali mu jaze, bali mu bushoti, bali relaxinga. They should be very relatable. Nze ndaba yange ekintu Mr. Magogo president bablogger bandi badde bajjira ddala before tournaments.
Nekitandika full force.
Build this thing of doing PR for this team, the national team specifically, aggressively. Don't pick moments, especially the ones that where you feel like bali kutunyiga oba kunyiga, and then you try to come back. No, begin all the way nga niwe baagala onyiga ebirungi wabitadde gwe ebirungi gye biri Mr. President. Let's sell the good things that you're doing because they are there.
By the way, Ykee,
yeah.
Echachan, your best performer was the coach.
Yes.
Tugenda ku kisaawe. I'm sure you can pick 2 or 3 players, and then the general MVP that you would say stood out for you at the Chan tournament.
There is no way you skip Okelo, MVP Kugambi manager, to switch up after such a loss and get results. That was a big move for him. Changing the captain, big, bold decisions. So big up on yourself, Mr. Byekwaso. For me, you cannot escape Okelo. Okelo performed. Nalabi pingo muntu amulumba. Some journalist.
Aldrin Nsubuga.
Yes.
Senior. Umise Sam Sebo. Senior journalist.
I mean, you see, that's the problem. I do not mean to offend him, but I was offended.
Okay.
Now I'm coming out a bit rude because I'm ready from a place of offense.
Offense.
Senior
Aldrin Nsubuga.
So, journalist.
Linda Katininyo.
Please.
Senior Aldrin Nsubuga shared his opinion on all the players that played at Chan, and I think the choice of words is what got so many people off angry. Senior journalist, as you said, probably has been around in the journalism game for probably 10 years or so. That's what requires to be called senior. Around 20.
Perfect. Owadde mupira emyaka gigenze kwa abiri ngoli mu journalism ya football. Some of us have been following football for just 5 years. But there are basics of knowing that you're representing your country as a journalist and as a footballer. You want to see your footballers represented right. You want to uplift your team. Now, tell me the team that went to the quarterfinals in Chan. Journalism.
None. For the time you has been, it's the first time.
I do not know that. I'm asking you because you should know probably.
Yes, I'm answering, yes.
And my answer is this. Knowing that fact, why go on Twitter or wherever he went and try to break these people? Nalayo ntibeyogera ku Okelo. Okelo is a 24-year-old boy, if I'm not mistaken. A very young, talented young man, and the future is very bright. A very humble man. Singa nabadde musajja wa masappe malala bichi byonna, you would have a right to go for the head. I've been in the music industry for 11 years, and I've faced this a lot. Not just me, I've faced it in the sense that I see it. It's Ugandans, komo moyo go kwemenya. Breaking our people, breaking the people that are saying, I will do it. Breaking the people that are saying, I will stand out. You must admit that if you're following the sport, there's a great sense that you like the sport to a level that you wish to play it. You said every single team. This is why I don't comment so much on Ugandan football, because they are my own. Odegard wakola ebyekisiru
omulumbirawo
because simina kwata ayinza n'obutandabangako ayinza omaliza nga tandabyeko, but there's a chance I'll meet Okelo one day. What does that tell you? Is that this is a guy, his entire family is behind him. He's chasing dreams to represent his country. The last thing he needs is tweets putting them down, especially from a guy who has been around for 20 years, knowing the history of this footballing country. There are things you saw there, they are really out there to break the players. I'm sorry, God has also given me a platform and I'm going to go by my beliefs. That was a bogus statement to put out from a journalist of your caliber. That's the same guy who supports Liverpool. See you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it makes sense.
Hey,
I've seen him make some comments. But I do not like people who break people.
So he interrupted your top performers at Chan. You are giving me a list.
Okelo, Kakande, Watambala, Njoji. Abazanyi bonna, big up to all of you. But there's always going to be a standout. Ngengalo zino tezikola ki? Zenkana. The captain.
Torach Rogers.
Yes, big up on yourself. Big up. Uganda
that character of picking up the ball and scoring that penalty against South Africa.
Big up on yourself, honestly speaking. That's a leader. My hope and dreams are that some of these boys can escape Uganda and play in Europe. I dream of that day so much.
Yeah, the future is bright, without a doubt. So anyways, we've had an intensive chat about the Uganda Cranes, Chan. The tournament is still ongoing. On the point of the Uganda Premier League, there's been talk of changing the format of the league from the home and away to where now teams are going to play 3 rounds. It's a bit confusing and lengthy, and as per now, 3 clubs have come out and rejected.
What's the third club? I know about the 2 of them.
Vipers and Villa wrote a joint statement. KCC have also written a statement.
And those are the most influential.
Yes, and of course, Lugazi, one of the newly promoted teams also. Nayo wrote a statement on that. But what's your take on all this back and forth?
The format is not going to work. There's something that we have to be true to. The invention of what are creating a league. The league, top league, yogamba nti kuba munno home and away asinga points achitwale is the most genius creativity or creation that has ever come to the game of football. That's why Champions League bajizanyiramu ne bakyusa wanewa ne bakyusa ne bata Conference League, but nobody can touch what they call the Premier League, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, and so on and so forth, because that is truly down to hard work. You have to go to Viper Stadium, no Wangula. Go to KCC, no Wangula. But I've seen in that format, there's a place where you just play 1 game.
Yes. The first round is 1 game.
That's not it.
They just do a draw. Ykee Bender versus
I think
Peter.
there's a bit of copy and paste from the Champions League format, but it does not work for the league, for Ugandan league. We need to stay true to the league. I am against it. I am not for it. I will never be for it, because ekintu kye bayita Vipers zimba ng'okuba omuntu paka May.
Oba sanga omuntu akukuba eyo wakati nga liige nawe.
Ewe wajja kukubira gwe jobadde wepankire ewu naye agamba kale kankulinde ewange. Kati onzigyeko chance y'okukubira ewange gwonkubire ewuwo. No, it just doesn't work. Because I was about to give it legs ndabe nga tezigenda kukola. Kugamba nti singa tubadde n'ebisaawe bingi whereby it's going to be played in common grounds.
But it's also
it can't happen because you're bound to go to Viper Stadium for 1 game, and then you don't get to play Vipers in Mbarara. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, guys.
It doesn't work.
Let the league stay as it is.
Yeah.
Don't
also,
fix what's
I
not
thought
broken.
you consult before you put out.
That too. Very big mistake.
These are stakeholders, guys. I didn't akosaka tegedde. Na ye mazima gali nti nzaddukanya league oba club yange Vipers. Ne bachali bange bonna betukulembera club zaffe. There's an association, should be there.
Of course, the 16 clubs, come together. They are bodies. They have presidents, owners, CEOs. So already those are the stakeholders.
Present your case. Let the decision come from the clubs. Then they'll have the backing. They will get the funds behind and the players behind the motion. Kati already otandikidde ku back foot. Kumona otandikidde muzalawo nti ngenda kukulembera nkole kyenjagala gubirere. It cannot work. Because those guys saying no, I promise it doesn't. It's not going to go.
It definitely can't go. A league without Vida, KCC, Vipers is no league.
So consultations needed to be made. Were supposed to be made. That's my thinking. But Checho.
Now, let's move away from the Chan. Gravitate to a very, very hot discussion, which I am proudly part of. Naye nkokola na isimanye Ykee akube nkokola. Omwana akube nkokolo. Iya pita nangamba pita Petero tutambula tuti. Ngenda okulaba nga shot siriko. Nemmanya nengambe no Uganda. Jirabe edduka. Twogera ku Fan Bench, a project that you've pushed for a minute now and has received a lot of positivity and of course reaction from fans who support different clubs in the English Premier League. First of all, what's your whole idea of having a concept like this in the Ugandan football setup?
For me, it was really about the passion I've had for football from a young age, high school, so to say. Jenkomyo okula naddala bwe nagenda okusoma degree omupiira ate love nekulira ddala mu nsi y'abo abasajja abawarabu abatukuba goolo 3 namala emyaka emeka. I fell in love with football on another level. Nesukka kubanga nze nyinza oba sisobola gusamba nene nguwa obudde here. Nenzijukiranga bwe twabeeranga mu hostels eyo nga tusoma. When we were watching games, it was always very chaotic. Heated. And you know which league that is?
Of course.
That's the Premier League. The biggest in terms of numbers. I don't know if it's the biggest in terms of football, but it's the biggest in terms of numbers.
Most
and
watched.
Viewership, yeah. And it really woke the creative guy in me recently, probably 3 years ago. The Fan Bench show was supposed to start 4 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, you can imagine. That is in that COVID.
That's COVID.
Yeah, idea najizalira mu COVID. Management nengamba nedda sebo.
Obudde bukyali.
Alindako.
Situation not good.
Yeah, and we had so many things going on. We had just started an agency and so on and so forth. But fast forward, 2024. I said, let's revisit this idea with a few people. You are one of them, and others.
Naliwo.
Katamono omusajja n'afuuka busy.
Nga banakuba enkokola. Basooka ne bakuwa reason zonna.
Ngakola nnyo. But we've kept a good energy with my brother Peter, and we always do a back and forth on ideas. Era yambe nyo Fan Bench, even in absentia. Even in absentia, I mean that tally you physically, but me and him talk over these ideas so many times. So idea we vow to bring football fans together.
You've brought football fans together, but you've divided opinion. You have divided opinion sharply. You're an Arsenal fan, big Arsenal fan, and you go out there and speak out whatever you feel about the team and how the team should play. And of course, there are other fans, Spurs, United, Liverpool, and all. What do you pick out from the sharp criticism you point out for different teams and individual players vis-a-vis their fans coming at you? Because I think there's something they're missing there.
Yeah.
For me, it's the back and forth and interaction.
Yeah.
That's why I stop at.
Kanchogere mu Luganda because njagala tutegeregane. Omupiira guno gwa Premier League ne Fan Bench eno egatta abawagizi in the sense that twaberanga mu bibanda nga tubeera muno wa Man United, wa Arsenal, no wa Liverpool.
Nga mweriranye by the way.
Naye ng'omupiira yo guba gwedde ku half time tuyimira wabweru w'ekibanda ne twerangira.
15 minutes.
Wadde weepanka walabye naye akasajja nako katukubizza okitegeera. That's the concept. Only that now it is digital and there is a camera. So ngenda ku Twitter n'empandika ekintu n'okiddamu. Nze create nze ekibanda ku Twitter. Vacho kibanda vibe so that we discuss football. That's why it's called the Fan Bench. It's not the journalists bench. It's not the professionals bench.
It's not ex-players.
Or managers bench. No. Fans. They are going to say things you don't agree with. They are going to piss you off. They are going to make you laugh. And you're going to make them laugh as well. Because there's a time where I say something and it backfires. Okitegeera. Nebajanga bakufiirako tomanyi mupiira. Okitegeera and so on and so forth. Yeah. And it's fun. So they get to laugh at you. Another day, I get to laugh at them. Guy wange ali wano wa Chelsea Hazard. Asobola okukola ka prediction ak'ekisiru ne bamukubirayo enkya ne tuwanga tusekerera ye. So the game of football is like that unless you're a Manchester United fan.
I understand.
For you it is torture all the time. Kata nantandikiddewo kuba kibooko nanti. So but for us we win some, we lose some. For you Man U fans you lose every time.
Akasuku agaya samira muli.
Kasuku nali muse.
Nali muse. Nateka mu entondo. Ykee Bender. Kitwasamira.
Kasuku. Yategedde lwaki baganda bange tebalaba nange mupiira.
Kufa kubalemerako paka kufa.
By the way nze n'ebigambo bitono paka nga tutuse ku mupiira. Even in music I'm a humble man. I live my life. I live very, simple.
naye omuziki we gukwajja
omupiira we gutandika
kiba kirala.
I have too many words for the game.
Yeah, so the fun bench basically is I see now there are watch parties being organized.
We have one this Sunday at the Villa Bukoto. Wandiseyo
ku Sunday tuli fenna.
Tugenda batulina Liverpool versus Arsenal at the Villa. Kigenda kutabuka era ebigambo bigenda abantu bakita ntoko. Yeah, man.
So yeah, but so the concept is having these watch parties and having more engagement with fans.
Watch parties idea yayo is kulaba nga bwe ntudano ne Peter mu studio ku watch party gwabadde akayana nange ku WhatsApp
jangu
ku TikTok ku Twitter you get the chance omuzino ne nkola ki
n'ogumpa
kati nontereza oba weeyonona okitegeera. So it's about the fans giving their opinions to the game, after the game, before the game, analysis and pre and post.
Okay, kakati sebo Victor Gyökeres ne DJ Drogba walete mitawana wa Ykee Bender
bana ba Chelsea bami banyi
abawagizi ba African football. DJ Drogba
Yombiteka mu African football.
This man is going to handle us.
Tuli ku European football, tuli ku Premier League. Victor Gyökeres signed for Arsenal. I sat there with myself. Wanze mbera ne yogezanze captain.
Ononya wona asojera abantu.
Ngamba Victor Gyökeres yetaga hype. I sat and looked at all the strikers around. In the current system and before. I could not put him anywhere in the Thierry space. I could not put him anywhere in the Rooney space. Wayne Rooney.
I'm hearing you say.
I could not put him anywhere in the Hurricane space. Buli gwenjogera nasinga Drogba oba oli nga tokimanyi you have a problem. Okitegeera kati ne ngamba waliwo omusajja yajja mu Premier League ayina emyaka 26 ng'ava mu Marseille agenda ku Chelsea nga Mourinho yamukoze eki
yamuguze
yamuleese season esooka yakuba goal 10. Did you know?
He didn't sell out immediately.
Season eyokubiri yakuba goal meka yawangula
golden boot top scorer
I think zali 20. Season 2 oba 3 ezaddako yakuba goal 5 7 ne 12. Drogba was a top striker in terms of moments. Chebaita clutch striker mo FA Cup final, Champions League final. Those are moments that are very memorable. Every Chelsea fan remembers that Chelsea goal, Bayern Munich. Every Chelsea fans cannot forget the FA Cup. But in the league, Drogba was not special.
Let me ask you, the season is underway. Arsenal. Already kati.
Ochimanyi nti Victor akonekano kankakubeyo sewo. Ochimanyi nti Victor Gyökeres yetaga golo 8 zokka kwenkana golo musajja ze yakuba season ye yasoka.
Already aina biri
yetaga 8 gokka.
Soko lindo okunzija kumulamwa.
Yesewo.
Arsenal season eno already mutandise. Saka treatment room. Odegaard treatment room. Njagala mpe kifana.
Havertz. Even Havertz.
Mpech financial this season. Just is it a near miss again?
No. We have prepared this time round for all those things that I can tell you. Saka utabera mu team nga tugenda ku Anfield is the first time I'm not worried about nothing.
Because Eberechi Eze is here.
Madueke is here. Trossard is here. Martinelli is here. And the dangerous pivot of Rice. And Zubimendi. You can go to Anfield because at Anfield there is Salah, there is HTK, Victor Simwogede Seb, Gapco,
Gravenberch.
There is Gravenberch and McAllister. Tell me. No, let's talk about attacking positions only. Madueke, Trossard, Martinelli, Victor, Eze.
Options
mukaga. Let's go to the other side. Vats taina kyakoze mpira ebiri kati.
Ekikola obugoberawo bwe buzibu.
Tugendera ku kiriwo. He may do well later. I mean, De Bruyne also came later and he performed with Man City, failed with Chelsea. So far, taina kyakoze. Salah top.
Ekitike top.
HTK Almost top.
Top Ykee.
Almost. In HTK, Salah, Vatsi, Negapko. Bana. Sibimbaze? Bana. Compared to 6. The game is tiring. Yesterday they played a very tiring game.
It drained them a lot.
They won. Good for them. Now they get to play a more talented but equally hardworking as Newcastle. But more talented. So we will see. Madueke Gumadenjogerako. Madueke on the counter attack. He's a dribbler. Do you know he's a better dribbler than Saka? That's a conversation people don't want to have.
He can beat opponents.
He's more unpredictable.
Can beat opponents.
Saka is in trouble. And Arsenal fans are going to hate me for what I'm saying. But Saka is in trouble because Madueke is actually a talented player. Do not forget that nonsense at Chelsea.
But Chelsea,
Tebamanyi coachinga.
Wana ateta agenda bikwasaganya. So anyway, Premier League egwetya. Look at Man City briefly. Look at Liverpool as well.
Man City is not on the title.
They're out
completely.
Chelsea, I mean Liverpool is in there.
This title is between Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal.
Chelsea ojita them?
Yes. Chelsea ekijjo okujija mu title kiri kimu kyokka. Champions League schedule. Tebagizannyangako recently. Enempya erwaza.
League format.
Erwaza abasambi. Because you have big games for like a full month. You could have big games for a full month. You could play Arsenal on Saturday, Real Madrid in midweek, play Liverpool at the weekend, PSG in midweek, and then play Chelsea, whoever. You understand? It's more fun for us, the fans. Big game after big game. But the squad suffer. Because you're forced to play the best players every time. That's why Nateta yakyusiza. Muloza abatugula abasambi kumukumu. Fe tuguze basambi tulinganga bagendo gulawo mudala.
Muli sure kyemugendo bakozesa. Wali nga abantu batandise.
We saw the experience. I promise you Saliba will ajja kulwala. Pira asamba mungi nnyo. I promise you Van Dijk or Konate is going to fall out. I know kulwala because emipira mingi. On the title nchikendezeza nako. Unless Liverpool gets Isak and a defensive midfielder, the title is between Arsenal and Chelsea.
Isak would be a massive addition.
Yeah, if they get Isak, even with Isak without a defensive addition, they are not on the title race.
Okay.
In the title race.
So, an Arsenal fan definitely had to mention that Arsenal in the title race in the English Premier League. It's only fair. It's Ykee Bender, guys. Okay. We've had a very, very long and exciting chat with Ykee Bender. Guys, for starters, the fan bench is there for, all top fans in football that really push the English Premier League. It's an opinion thing, come through the opinion, share, interact. That's as much as it should be.
Bachitegedde. Also Peter, njagala otegeera akantu kano. Tetuli mu kwegayirira.
Of course.
We're not in the business of kwegayirira.
You come on when you have your points.
Business achitegedde.
And you move on.
And I promise you, there is a big village of people who want to come to give their comments
on the fan show. Bench.
Studio ntono. Naye plan is that Peter is to have a studio where we have a studio audience and then the studio of common panelists, then the studio audience where we'll have an audience of about 20-30 people. You've seen that on the overlap, I think.
Yeah.
So bafani bonna bali abagala fan bench, you want to come and give your opinions. Ochimanyi bya ddala bya kunyumirwamu. Ne toso akunyumirwa nga tonyizizamu opponent wo.
Tulina okugamba nti kiforward
kati bwenkukuba Liverpool ku weekend gwagala njogere birungi. Nino munafuya.
Oja muyuza.
Kuba naye agenda kunafuya bwankuba. Okitegeera. That's how it goes.
Kitegeera.
Yeah, so we can't be apologetic.
Thank you so much, sir.
One love.
For coming through on Pitchside and for, of course, giving us...
Subscribe on Pitchside on YouTube. Akola bulungi ono musajja ya meeting achali wange wa AFTV nga sinana mu meeting. So big up on yourself, Pitchside.
Naye byo kabikyali awo. Robbie yampa 10,000 followers yawo. Ne siva mu kifo.
Bane mugoberere.
Yangamba bannange, guys, subscribe. But man, top guy Robbie.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good
top
guy.
Good.
One day we're going to bring them to Uganda.
Oh yeah.
We have a plan.
That would be exciting.
Yeah, we have a plan.
Yeah, anyway.
One day.
One day. It was nice catching up with Ykee Bender here on Pitchside. We've discussed everything from, the Chan tournament to, the Fan Bench, his project that is ongoing now, and English Premier League is giving you his prediction of who wins it. As usual.
Bajukize, ku Sunday.
The Villa.
Liverpool versus Arsenal watch party entrance.
Zillo.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Cheers. We're out.